Hey everyone, welcome to another week of yoga with me. So for this week, we are getting into the twists, trying to wring ourselves out so that way we feel brand new again. There's going to be a lot of focus on twists and stability, and especially using a asana or pose that's called revolve crescent lunge. So Pavrita Anjaneyasana. This not only focuses on balance building, but it also focuses on twisting. So we're lengthening and twisting in our spine to help break up blockages, to help open up, maybe even lengthen by an inch or two, who knows. Just take what you need with this flow. It is geared towards building, generating heat, but you can always lessen where you need to, or not even lessen, just substitute. Make it work for your body. Make this flow your flow today, however that looks. As always, I'm here if you have any questions, any comments. Take what you need to make this flow your own. Let's get to it.
All right, let's go ahead and come to child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch, knees wide, and then stretch your hands towards the top of your mat as you sink your hips towards your heels. If you want more of a hip opener, keep your knees wide. If you want a little bit more low back release, then bring your knees a little bit closer together. Soften your breath here and just sink. Take a few rounds of clarifying breath. Just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Maybe you come to Ujjayi Pranayama, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose for more warmth. Bring your palms to touch and then bring your hands to your neck in reverse prayer. See if you can wiggle your elbows a little closer together to really open up through your triceps. Keep breathing here. Just feel your chest sinking in towards the mat. On your next inhale, bring your palms back to the mat. And then come into tabletop. Energetically bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. See if you can draw the creases of your wrists back towards your knees and your knees towards your wrists to help activate your 360 core, not only your abs, but your glutes and your back line as well. On your next inhale, spinal balance, lift your right arm and left leg. Pause here. Flex your left toes down to the ground. Make sure that your left hip is down in line with your right. Inhale, spinal balance, shoulder tap, hamstring curl. Curl your left heel towards your glute and your right hand comes to your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap and curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap and curl. Just one more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap and curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tabletop. All right. Once you find your balance, inhale, spinal balance on the other side. Your left hand comes long and your right leg comes long as well. Flex your right toes down to the ground. Inhale here. Exhale, shoulder tap, hamstring curl. Left hand to right shoulder. Curl your right heel towards your right glute. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl and tap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Press your grounded hand into the ground to help you lift up as you draw your elbow tip in. Come back to tabletop. See if you can just release a little bit here. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take whatever you need. Bend your knees one at a time. Maybe take a couple micro bends, or if you want to make it deeper just to help your hamstrings open up, sometimes that can feel really good for me to open up in my lats by bending really deep into one knee and then the other. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Start to walk your feet behind your hands. Maybe take little steps like I'm doing. That just really makes your core, 360 core work harder. Feet are hip width apart. Bring your hands to your elbows. Bend your knees so your torso drapes over your thighs. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Unhinge your jaw like you're a zombie, just left and right, like you're in The Walking Dead. You're auditioning for The Walking Dead basically with this posture. Go ahead and let your hands come down to the mat. Bring your feet closer together. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand at attention, Samastiti, hands at heart center or by your sides. Just come into this posture. All right, coming to sun salutation A. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Reach your arms up high. Spread your toes wide as you flip your hip bones upward. Connect the space between your ribs and your hips. See if you can draw your shoulders onto your back and then widen in your armpits to help you open up in your biceps more. Bring your right hand to your left wrist. Exhale, side bend to the right. See if you can press into your toes to help you find a link between your armpit and your side body. Inhale, center. Bring your left hand to your right wrist. Exhale, side bend to the left. Press down through your feet. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other as you keep your hips squared forward. Feel this stretch along your side body. Inhale, mountain back to the center. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Let your hands come down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift with airplane arms. Reach your arms back. Palms can face up or down as you hinge from your hips. Dig your heels into the ground as you bend your knees slightly to activate your hamstrings. Exhale, plank pose. Let your hands come down to the mat. Step back 1 foot at a time. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Drop to your knees first and then point your elbows back as you come to your chest and then your chin. Let your feet come down to the ground as you slide yourself into cobra pose. Little to no weight in your hands, hovering on your hips. Squeeze your shoulders in your back line to help you lift. Exhale, double hamstring curl. In the cobra, squeeze both of your heels to your butt. Flex your toes back as you push your pelvis down. Draw your knees back for length. Inhale, lower down. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, come back to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's Sun A. We're going to move that breath to movement now. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane arms, reach them back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up, grab your left wrist. Exhale, side bend to the right. Bring a side step in, so bring your left toes behind your right foot off the mat. Press into your left toes to help open up in your left side body even deeper. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to the right. Bring your right toes behind your left foot over to the left side of your mat. Press through your toes to open up in your right side body. Keep your hips squared forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane arms, reach your fingertips back. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, double hamstring curl. Inhale, come down. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. One more time here. We're really building heat now. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your arms up. Exhale, side bend, side step to the right. Left wrist and left foot go over. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Right hand and right wrist go over. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane arms. Exhale, high plank. Now, as you breathe here, shift forward on your inhale. Exhale, first Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Bend your elbows no more than 90 degrees. And then inhale, come to upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Pull your hands back as you open up through your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Way to get through that Sun A and help warm up your spine in all the ways. Moving on now to Sun B. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, top your mat. Jump, hop, skip, whatever. Inhale, halfway lift with your airplane arms. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips down and back as you bend your knees. Bring your weight, draw your weight towards your heels versus your toes. As you breathe here, find some exploration. Feel out this pose. Exhale, goal post your arms while keeping your chair legs. Hug your shoulder blades together and down your back. Pull your elbow tips backwards to broaden through your collarbones. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Always feel free to skip. If you do take the high to low plank, make sure, again, bend your elbows no more than 90 degrees. We'll meet back in downward facing dog whether you chose to do it or not. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up high to the sky. Flex your toes, point them down to the ground. Exhale, low lunge, foot in between your hands. Bring your right foot closer to your right hand. On your next inhale, low lunge twist. Your left hand stays down as you reach your right hand up. Come to your left fingertips for more room. If you need to, you can use a block as I'm demoing. Align your left hip bone with your right hip as you allow your right hip to settle down. So what that means is keeping your hips in one line versus one over the other. Now flip your palm to face behind you and come to a half bind. Wrap your right hand behind your back. Soften in your right armpit. Now this is important, big change. Inhale, half bound crescent. Squeeze your inner thighs for balance as you lift your left arm up. Square your hips forward. Draw your ribs in and lift your left fingertips up and back. Stay up high on your back left toes and keep your left hip flexor open here. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Spin your back foot flat as you open up your arms to 3 and 9 o'clock. Find alignment here and then sink in. Inhale, reverse warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Keep the lunge, but stretch your right fingertips up and back. Exhale, low lunge, top of your mat. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, option for high to low plank chaturanga as I'm doing. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Way to get through the right side. Now for the left. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Flex your left toes down to the ground. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your left foot closer to your left hand. Inhale, low lunge twist. Right fingertips stay down as your left hand reaches up. Again, option to use a block here for more length. Squeeze your left hip down in line with your right. Flip your left palm behind you and then wrap it around for a half bind. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other for balance. Inhale, half bound crescent. Reach your right arm up and back as you square your hips forward. So this is basically crescent lunge, except we're bound. Keep high on your back right toes. Lengthen through your right hip flexor. Take an inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Open up. Make sure that your left knee is in line with your left middle toes. If it's starting to trend towards the right, squeeze your glutes to help open up your left knee towards the left more. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the lunge. See if you can stretch your left fingertips back, but keep your left shoulder on your back. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, high to low plank. Chaturanga Tadasana. I'm doing knees, chest, chin here myself, and then coming into upward facing dog before downward facing dog. Way to build some more complex heat. Let's keep it going. We're going to do that one more time, breath to movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, reach up. Exhale, goal pose, squeeze your shoulders on your back. Inhale, chair, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane arms with it. Exhale, palms to the mat, step back, high to low plank. Option to take a chaturanga or just hold high plank as I'm doing, or skip. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge, foot in between your hands. Inhale, low lunge twist, left fingertips down, right hand stays up. Exhale, half bind, wrap your right arm behind you. Inhale, half bound crescent, high on your back toes, reach your left arm up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm stretches up and back. Exhale, high to low plank chaturanga. Option to do one-legged as I'm demoing. Inhale, upward facing dog if you took it. Exhale, downward facing dog is where we meet. Left side, inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge, foot in between your hands. Inhale, low lunge twist, right fingertips down, left hand reaches up. Exhale, half bind, wrap your left arm around you, around your back. Inhale, half bound crescent, reach your right fingertips up. Exhale, warrior two, open up. Inhale, reverse warrior, left fingertips stretch up and back. Exhale, hands to the mat, high to low plank, option for one-legged high to low plank on this side as well. Inhale, upward facing dog if you took some type of chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog is where we conclude this sun B. Awesome work. All right, so technical difficulties. This is the left side, but I will guide you through the right, so listen to my voice. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. We're adding on to our sun B. Inhale, low lunge twist, left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, half bind, wrap your right arm behind your back. Inhale, half bind crescent, your left arm reaches up. Change here. We're coming into a half bind airplane. On your next exhale, half bind airplane. Hinge forward as you keep your bind. Sweep your left arm back. Maybe you wobble like I do. It's okay. Reach your left toes back and breathe. And then lift the seam of your inner thigh higher. Flex through your toes, coming back to full crescent lunge in 3, 2, 1. Drop your toes back down. Reach both arms up now for full crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Open up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stretch your right arm up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Utthita Parsvakonasana. We're changing up here. Right arm down, left arm up. Maybe you use your right arm to press it into your right leg and then press your right leg into your right arm to help open up your chest more to the left side of your mat. Inhale, warrior 2 just for a moment. Exhale, back to low lunge, step to high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. So that was our right side. All right, left side now. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Foot comes in between your hands. You know where we're going. Inhale, low lunge twist. Right fingertips down, left stays up. Exhale, half bind. Wrap your left arm around your back. Inhale, half bind crescent. Reach your right arm up. Square your hips forward. Coming into half bind airplane here. Take an inhale. Exhale, half bind airplane. Reach your right hand back as your left hand stays wrapped behind your back. This is definitely hard to both keep your bind and balance. Squeeze your left glute to help you balance and then drop your right hip down in line with your left. Inhale, drop back, full crescent lunge. Reach both arms up. Exhale, warrior 2, open. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stretch your left arm up and back. Exhale, extended side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Left arm down, right arm reaches up. Option to press your left arm against your left leg and then your left leg against your left arm to help you rotate open here. Lift through your lower ribs to activate your obliques. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, low lunge to high plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower down to forearm plank. Walk your feet towards your hands, coming into dolphin pose. Bend your knees as much as you need to tilt your pelvis forward, and then maybe even using a block like I am to help keep your forearms looking like the number 11. Maybe stay in dolphin, or as you can see, I'm taking some lifts, trying to see if I can come into headstand or handstand. Just trying to use the momentum, not using your bottom leg to kick up. Once you've practiced enough, walk back to forearm plank. I know this is hard. Stay with me. Now lower all the way down. Come into Sphinx pose. Drop your belly. Your forearms still stay on the ground. And then bring your hands out wide. They're going to be off your mat. Press your fingertips into the mat. Drop one shoulder down to the center and then drop your other shoulder down to the center. Take another round of this, dropping your right shoulder in and then your left shoulder just to help release after all of the binds, all of the back bends that you did. When you've evened yourself out, bring your hands underneath your shoulders again, tuck your toes. Exhale, come to high plank or tabletop before coming to downward facing dog. All right, come onto your knees on your next exhale for tabletop and then flip on over to your back. We're going to come into some core just to build a little bit more warmth and maybe open up a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, come to happy baby just for a brief reset after that spicy sun B+. Take an inhale, maybe rock a little bit to the left and to the right. Maybe straighten one leg, maybe straighten the other, maybe straighten both. On your next inhale, bring your right heel down to the ground and just let it hover. So your right leg is straight and your right heel is just there at the ground. But keep your hand either on the inside or outside edge of your left foot. Bring your right hand behind your head. We're coming into half happy baby crunches. Inhale on the ground. Exhale, crunch your right elbow to your left foot. Inhale, ground. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, ground. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Lower, crunch. Lower, crunch for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower down. Come to full happy baby again, just as like a little bit of a reset. And then bring your right hand to the outside or inside edge of your right foot. Your left heel is hovering on the ground, left hand behind your head. Inhale, lower, exhale, crunch. Inhale, lower, exhale, crunch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep your low back pressed into the mat. Keep yourself twisting in, really engage your obliques. We just have 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your next exhale, lower down. Go ahead and just take a minute to reset. Bring your knees into your chest and maybe make little circles on your low back, just to breathe it out. On your next inhale, bring your legs up to legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. Maybe even flex your toes towards your face. We're going to do leg lifts with hamstring curls. First, drop your right heel down and then draw your right heel to your right glute. Lift your right foot up. Drop your left foot down to the ground and then draw your left foot to your left glute and then lift up. Now we're doing it all together. Drop both feet towards the ground. Draw your heels towards your glutes. Lift up. So it's drop them, curl them in, lift back up. Drop your heels, curl them in, then lift them back up. Leg lifts with hamstring curls. Keep pressing your low back into the mat. See if you can keep your entire spine straight. Keep your shoulders on the ground. Utilize the strength of your hamstrings. I did this when I filmed this, so I am in this with you all. This is your last one. Bring your knees into your chest. Just let yourself reset. We are in the tail end of our core. This is the very last little spurt. Bring your legs to hover and then fishtail your heels to the left and to the right, side to side, as you keep your shoulders and your spine and your low back pressed into the mat. And bring your knees into your chest. If you can see my face, I was not feeling it by the end of this. Bring your knees wide and the bottoms of your feet to touch for reclined bound angles, Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe rest one hand on your heart and one hand on your stomach. And just really reset after all of that warmth building. Use your hands to gently bring your knees back together. Roll up and down the length of your spine. Meet me back in downward facing dog, taking any water break or towel break that you need. All right, a little bit more longer to go. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane arms, keep it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. You've been here before. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Settle your hip bones back as you zip your inner thighs in towards each other. Your left elbow is on the outside of your right thigh. Now bring more weight to your right foot. Maybe even look down at it to help build that connection. As you bring your weight to your right foot, on your next inhale, hamstring curl your left heel into your glute. Drill your knees towards each other. Draw your inner thighs towards each other. Coming into revolve crescent lunge in 3, 2, 1. Bring your left toes to the back of the mat as you keep your twist here. Revolve crescent lunge, Pavarita Anjaneyasana. Option to come onto your back knee to help focus on your twist a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Maybe bring your right foot up and out, maybe even outside of your mat. Come down onto your left leg. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders here. Allow your pelvis to get heavy here. Take any stretch that you need. Maybe even take a runner's lunge twist. Option to come onto your forearms. You can also use a block as I'm demoing. Even though I can reach my forehead to the ground, sometimes I just like to make it easy on myself. It doesn't mean that you using props means that you're not strong enough. It actually means that you're willing to come to a place of reset to deepen more. Start to make your way up high on your hands. If you want to take the quad stretch for a moment, come back up high. Curl your left heel towards your left glute. Reach your right hand back for the outside edge of your right foot. Kick your foot in your hand and your hand into your foot. Inhale, let go of your foot gently. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Tuck your back toes. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, sweep your right leg back up high to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Your right elbow comes to the outside of your left thigh. Twist deeper here. Again, see if you can externally rotate your left armpit to the ceiling. Bring your weight to your left foot. Inhale, curl your right heel towards your right glute. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right toes to the back of your mat. Revolve crescent lunge. If you wobble and weeble, I'm right there with you. You are not alone. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other to help you balance, and then press through the strength of your back right toes to help you lengthen in your spine and twist deeper. Inhale here. Exhale, runner's lunge. Hands to the inside of your left foot. Bring your left foot out to the side, maybe up a little bit more. Come down on your right leg. Your sides are siblings, not twins. I love to say that because it's true. What it means is that your sides share DNA, but their personalities can be completely different. All that means is that if one side's feeling tighter or more uncooperative, don't try to force it to be like the other. Just meet it right where it is. If you're ready to move on, start to bring yourself back up high on your hands, and then curl your right heel towards your right glute. Reach your left hand back for the outside edge of your right foot for a brief quad stretch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, low lunge. Sweep your left leg back up high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to our reset. All right, this is the last spurt. Use your strength and your warmth for this. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your foot in between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Reach both arms up this time. If your left hip flexor is still a little tight, bend your left knee and then re-straighten it. Exhale, crescent lunge, airplane arms. Sweep your arms behind you. We're coming into airplane on your next inhale. Lift your back left toes up as you hinge forward. Now reach your left hand forward. Keep your right hand back. Inhale, switch. Right hand forward, left arm back. Now switch and switch. One arm keeps coming back and the other arm reaches forward. And then bring your left hand forward. Reach your right hand back for your left foot. Slowly start to come up to a revolved dancer's pose. Pavarita Natarajanasana. Big mouthful here. Honestly, it's a lot just to do this and stay present. If you want to kick your foot up higher and maybe hinge forward, keep your hips square. Keep your right shoulder facing forward. Letting go, come back to stand at attention, Samastiti. That was a lot and it went really fast. But you do have another side that you can practice. Find your reset. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with airplane arms. Exhale, palms to the mat, step back, high plank, top of a push-up. Inhale, exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's your last chaturangas, so option to do them or skip. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach both arms up. Keep the lunge in your left knee as you reach your arms up high to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Sweep your arms behind you. On your next inhale, take airplane pose. Your right leg is going to come up as you hinge forward. Keep your right toes flexed towards the ground. Now reach your right hand forward. Keep your left arm reaching back. Now switch, left arm forward, right arm back. And switch. Keep squeezing your shoulders onto your back. Use the strength of your stabilizer muscles to keep steady as you keep switching. Now you're going to keep your right hand forward as you reach your left hand back for the inside of your right foot. Inhale slowly as you need. Lengthen up for revolved dancer pose. Option to stay here or start to kick your right foot up and back. Maybe you hinge forward. Keep your left shoulder facing forward. Don't let it move to the side. You're recruiting so much here just to keep this posture. Press down through your standing left foot. Inhale, release, come back to stand at attention. You always have the option to do that again if you choose. But just know that whatever you did was such a good effort. Inhale, reach up for mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane arms. Exhale, palms to the mat. Option to take your final Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe just hold for high plank like I am. Whatever you choose, meet back in downward facing dog. Way to come to the end of your practice well. On your next exhale, come down to tabletop and then bring your legs out through. Your feet are going to come to the front of your mat as you lower onto your back, where we're going to be for pretty much the rest of class, or the rest of this session at least. Once your feet are on the mat, bring your feet as close to your glutes as possible. Option to take wheel pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you're going to take wheel, bring your shoulders or your hands next to your shoulders. Line them up. If you need to bring them a little bit closer or away, it just depends on you and the pressure in your wrists. Take an inhale down on the ground. Exhale, push down through your hands and your feet to lift up into wheel. Now, as you readjust your stance, see if you can send your heart through your arms. Try to reach your heart to the top of your mat and take the curve out of your low back into your upper spine. Press down through your heels as well as your wrists, as your hands, not your wrists. Tuck your chin to your chest, lower onto the ground. Bring your feet to touch and your knees wide for recline bound angle again. Knees wide and hands can rest anywhere. I've got mine on my stomach just to kind of reset myself. Use your hands to gently bring your knees back to touch. We're setting up for figure 4 poses on our backs. Bring your left foot to the top of your right thigh. Option to keep your right foot down on the ground and keep sending your left knee towards the top left corner of your mat to open up in your glutes. If you want a little bit more depth, you can lift your right foot, interlace your hands behind your right hamstring. Try to draw your right knee towards your chest. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Maybe deepen this a little more. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot down and then let your left foot join. If you need a moment, take it. Otherwise, bring your right foot to the top of your left thigh for supine figure 4 on the other side. Keep trending your right knee towards the top right corner of your mat. Maybe you even use your hands on your thigh to help gently open and assist. You can keep your left foot down or lift your left knee, interlace your hands behind your left hamstring. Draw your left knee in towards your chest, but keep pressing your right knee towards or sending your right knee towards the top right part of your mat. On your next exhale, lower both feet down to the mat, left first and then right. Bring your knees into touch and then widen your feet for fallen bridge. Just let your back reset here. Bring your arms out to a T and then drop your legs over from one side to the other. When you've done that on both sides, drop your knees over to the right and keep them there. Option to bring your right foot to the top of your left thigh to help draw it down for easy twist. This is really going to help open up in your IT bands to help your digestive system. Keep breathing. Release, bring your knees back to center, feet wide, and then drop your knees over to the left. Easy twist on the other side. Bring your left foot to your right thigh to help draw your right knee down to the ground. Look over your right shoulder. Deep inhales and exhales. Just wring it out here. Release your thigh. Bring your knees back to center on your next inhale. And once you come back to the center, option to take any pose that you need to feel like you're at the end of your practice, ball pose, what have you, whatever you need. And then come to your Shavasana, corpse pose, rest pose. Maybe you come back to a pose that you did before, like I am with recline bound angle. Just however you want to end your practice, let your last pose be the one that sends you into rest.
Amazing job. Well done. Way to take that heat, harness it, use it, and really let it take you to that next stage for yourself today. No outro, no Shavasana from me, but instead make your own. Let yourself really focus on something that's been on your mind and just let it be with you right here on your mat. Whatever it is, maybe it's an ideal that you're working on, maybe it's a mindset that you're trying to form, maybe it's a habit that you're trying to talk yourself through. Let these next, at least 60 seconds, if not 2 to 3 minutes, be something where you can take the time to really address something that maybe you haven't had time to really focus on.